Hey, I'm Abe, and today we're going to talk about Social Security benefits at length. Now, most people think of a government-paid retirement benefit when they think of Social Security, and while that's part of it and not far from the truth, it's not the whole truth. Some of your federal taxes pay into Social Security each month up to an annual maximum. Now, that annual maximum is dictated on how much you earn in the year. Social Security tax is withdrawn from your paycheck until you have earned a total gross of $137,700 in that year, and then it stops. And anything that you earn beyond that, Social Security is not taken out. So if you have a steady paycheck each month that comes out and you are earning, I don't want to put numbers to it because I'm going to have to do too much math on the fly, but if you are earning a certain amount and then come September, for example, you've earned your $137,700, your paycheck is actually going to bump up a little bit for the remaining paychecks for the year because you're no longer paying into Social Security. Now, for those of you that are sitting there and saying that this makes no sense whatsoever, you're correct. It doesn't make any sense, and it also does at least a little bit to explain why this benefit is always having trouble with funding, and it doesn't look like it's going to survive in the long run. To get into the actual benefits itself, so the main part of Social Security is, like we mentioned, is what you're probably familiar with, and that's the payment in retirement. And that accounts for about 73.2% of the total benefits paid out of Social Security, at least as of the end of 2019. Now, on average, Social Security pays out about 40% of your pre-retirement income in retirement benefits. The average monthly benefit most beneficiaries receive is somewhere on the order of around $1,500. Again, as of 2019 data. Now, both of those are averages. And it's important to understand that the average may not be indicative of what you would receive or what your state or what your locale or somebody in your pay bracket, age. There are a lot of things that go into determining how much you would be paid, but these are the averages. It's best if you head online, follow some of the links below, use the calculators that the government provides to try to get an estimate of what you might expect to get out of Social Security in retirement. The full retirement age is 66 if you were born from 1943 to 1954. The full retirement age increases gradually if you were born from 1955 to 1960 until it reaches 67. So it's just sort of on a scale moving from 66 to 67 years of age. And for anyone born 1960 or later, the full retirement benefits are payable at age 67. Now, you can start withdrawing as early as 62, but your benefit amount will be diminished. And you can delay withdrawing until age 70 at very least. And from 67 to 70, the amount that you will be paid once you start withdrawing will increase until age 70, and then it will plateau. And with waiting or delaying any further beyond that has no real benefit financially. Social Security, as a second form of benefit, also makes payments to disabled workers and their dependents, which accounts for about 14.5% of the overall Social Security total benefits paid. Thirdly, it also makes payments to survivors of deceased workers, which accounts for about 12.3%. So looking at this is something that you should consider in your retirement planning and in your budgeting when you look into the future. For people who are in their 50s and 60s, this is perhaps a much more present of mind item, but everybody should be thinking about where their retirement income is going to be coming from and planning and budgeting around that, no matter how old you are. The younger you are, the more benefit and the more levers you will have to pull to set yourself up for a happy and successful retirement. That said, personally, this is my personal opinion, don't plan on Social Security being there. Baby boomers are retiring in large numbers, and the amount of people who are going to be drawing on this benefit is going to spike in the next number of years, and the government has not been really anxious to increase the amount of money that is in the Social Security fund and to continue funding it. So it's looking like the amount of people who are putting money into it, especially with the Mickey Mouse rules and restrictions they have on whose money goes in, so people who make a ton of money just don't have to pay that tax for very long. The lifespan of Social Security, I think, is perhaps limited. So if you are looking forward and you're thinking, I'm going to need X amount in retirement, and now it sounds like I'm going to get $1,500 from Social Security, so I don't need to think about that monthly amount just because I'm going to be getting it anyway. Don't think that way. Plan as if Social Security will be gone. If it's there when you retire and you're able to take advantage of it in full, that's fantastic. And that's just a bunch of extra sushi dinners and nights out on the town that you otherwise might not have had or planned for. But if it isn't available, then at least you still have the quality of life that you were planning for and thinking about and dreaming of with your family. Social Security, it's a great benefit. A large portion of the general retired population, especially the older retired population, takes advantage of this. You should as well. If you have any questions or if there's any specific detail that you want me to jump into, by all means, let me know. Hit the subscribe button. Ring that notifications bell to see the other videos as I post them. If you have something in particular outside of Social Security, for example, that you want to learn about, we're all about financial literacy here, and I am digging deep into personal investing because I think that's something that everybody can benefit from. But if there's something that either I haven't covered or you'd like to see in more depth, by all means, reach out, hit me up in the comments. I will make something just for you. We can chat about it. And as I've said before when talking about personal investments, hit me up with the things that you are thinking about investing in. Like you're saying, I need to make an investment. I want to save for whatever. Give me some information and then give me the things that you're thinking about, like what your options are. I'm not going to tell you what to invest in. I'm not comfortable doing that. But at very least, I can walk through with you how I would look at it and how I would assess each of these investments. And then you can make the decision based on that assessment or based on your own feelings coming out of it and just sort of perform your own analysis. So, thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.